waiting on ChatGPT to remove or to fix one final image, and I'll be good to go. Lovely, huh?
That's been all right.
I'm still battling bronchitis.
Ooh,
Maybe Wilson.
that's a
Just tired.
rough time. Well,
Otherwise, I feel great.
Knox has got bronchitis, and Justin's thrown his back out. I mean,
Back's not thrown out. Come on.
We're not pausing this game. We're not delaying the session. You can try it all you want.
I'm mostly joking because this is the part of the campaign that I've most been looking forward to for quite a while. That's much too late, Felix, to put epic music in the game. I appreciate the links though.
You said you were looking for music, but still, you can keep them.
No, I was saying I should have put them in there earlier. One of those guys you sent me, Rock Nardin, I used one of his songs in my Ghost of Saltmarsh game, and it's a pretty epic song.
Yeah. The game needs to start as soon as fucking possible, god damn it.
It's next week. You don't have long. Let me just upload some music here real quick. I don't know how far we're gonna make it, so I just want to be prepared just in case. And that'll give Justin a minute to get in game.
Put his back.
Oh, are you not going to be on? I mean, it's fine. We're going to mostly be doing Theater of the Mind anyway, so it'll just be a couple handouts.
I'm door dashing some stuff for my back right now, so hopefully it won't take too long.
And
no, you're good. You're good. Somebody maybe can take a screenshot if you need a visual or something.
I'm streaming it.
That works too, yeah. Just watch for stream. It's probably easier.
Just have YouTube open and just mute it and have the call. Yep.
Okay. Is everyone ready?
Possibly.
Close to ready as I'll get for the moment.
It's the most important question is jeez. Gonna be if Nox is ready.
I am ready. I don't hear any music. I don't know if
I'm about to start it. We have a bit of a unique recap for today. Whenever you're ready. Music's going now.
Yeah. The ominous red glow of the teleportation circle casts Odin and everything around him in an ominous, foreboding light. Red light. Blood red. That same blood red which had poured forth from Aaron Vallis after the sound of gunfire. The same blood red which had been left in the wake of each and every one of Gareth Blackthorn's machinations. A moment of respite had found them in the wake of their second confrontation with the heretofore at-large criminal. Tension still high. The resolve of enemies and allies alike uncertain. Odin now stood alone in the room after agreeing to have Oral return upstairs to inform the others and begin organizing the manner of how they might extricate themselves from this place, and who was to go first. Still, there remained a necessary discussion to be had as to where and who it was they should be returning to. King Kalen Lionheart seemed the most prudent, and yet Odin reaches into his back pocket to remove a small journal and a finely crafted charcoal utensil as he begins to write. Something is askew. We have emerged victorious in this battle, and yet it does not feel as though we have won. I think now that I perhaps misjudged what it was I expected to find in coming to this place. Misjudged the depths to which even those in my own company may potentially lower themselves. Malakar was ready and full willing to murder every single man and woman in that room for the atrocities they were taking part in. I saw the same fire in the eyes of Elias, and still the words of Axel echo in my mind from the previous discussions we've had with one another concerning Blackthorn's message to the populace. Do these monsters deserve to taste the blade of justice? Of course. That is not the question with which I grapple. It is whether that justice should be delivered by our own hand, summarily, and without any thought or question given to the matter. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed in this instance, but I fear for all the fires Gareth Blackthorn has set, we fail to recognize the one which threatens to engulf us. At the bottom of the page, after this journal entry is complete, Odin takes the time and care necessary to sketch down a copy of the teleportation circle. The use of such magic is highly illegal, but its reference could very well one day prove beneficial.
Very nice. Elias, would you like to give us your view of the events?
Yeah, Elias, after the events in the underground, whatever, and in between the meeting with the king, he took out a paper from his notebook and scrambled, quickly wrote down a letter to Alaric. A warning and a reckoning. The casino floor is stained with more than just spilled wine. It's soaked with the contempt of the nobles and the blood of the broken. We played the damned game of infiltration, and for what? For a dark damned cell where I woke up to the sound of metal and screams of the damned. They took Oral. They took me. And they broke the slave I woke up to, a husk of a man. His mind gone, stripped down to a living plaything. They did it for amusement. Yes, you read that correctly, Alaric. Amusement. I am beyond furious. I am down with all of it. That monster Gareth, the one we hunted, is the one who saved them. He released the slaves and started the nobles' sick little games. They all preach about proper justice. There's no such thing for those people. Their gold is a hammer, and it smashes down any whisper of truth. They bled the innocent dry and spun their lives into their own little twisted schemes. Gareth was right all along. He didn't go to the extremes. He merely matched theirs. I've watched their balance tip, and I'm through pretending the rules apply to the untouchable. I am finished hiding in the shadows of books. I am done playing the coward, hoping to slip through unnoticed. The stone in my chest may be the death of me, but it gives me the power to fight back, and I will not stop now. Consider this my last word, a final warning and a goodbye. Whatever started in this cursed city is only the beginning. The first piece has fallen. Now to the east, to the west, to the south, the rest will follow. The foundation will crumble beneath them.
Very
That's it.
nice. Both of you mark your recap inspiration. It is time. You have gathered the prisoners, you've gathered the slaves, now freed. Axel has taken the prisoners and the slaves ahead, as agreed upon. And now it is only you that remain. The question only remains, what did you do with Gareth? Did you send Gareth forward with Axel, Or are you
Oh, well.
taking care of him personally?
I was hoping we could have a moment to discuss this together.
Go ahead.
And formulate some sort of plan as to who and how we're going through this portal, because we don't know whether the portal remains open. We don't know if whoever goes through is able to come back. So if we split the party, we need to be cognizant of that. If as soon as Odin rejoins the rest of the party, I just want to try and get a gauge on where everyone is at and find a moment to suggest that well, you said Axel escorted the nobles through the portal?
That was the idea, but if you're wanting to discuss it, it hasn't happened yet.
Axel would definitely be on the list of candidates first to go through the portal since Lane's not here. And I would also argue for the nobles to be the first of our captives to be sent through as well. I think a message should be sent. If we're sending these people to Lionheart, then a message should be sent telling him, informing him we have Gareth in captivity. But whether or not we're sending these people to Lionheart is up for debate. I haven't decided that on my own. I want to discuss where we're sending them.
Okay. So you say all of that in character.
In so many words, yes.
Jesus.
Well, they fell off the bridge. Are they okay?
Just gathering everybody up so you have a count. Also, enough time will have passed that you can have a short rest for whatever that means for your health or resources or any of that. So.
Well, we could try sending in something non-sentient first. See if it'll give us an eye on the other side. See what happens. I have my drones I could send through.
That might be a good idea. I see you're pulling all the slaves over. Yeah, I think I'll look for another member of our party, whoever wants to. Maybe Nura. Someone can go with Nura. I'll volunteer myself if need be to go find any surviving captives, like slave captives, and make sure they're taken care of and freed, and inform them of what's happening.
Might I suggest taking another one? He points at the giant.
Who? Me? And he'll step forward.
Oh, he's good to have. He held his own back there. Did a good job watching out for everybody.
He nods in appreciation for the praise.
Another one. Well, French. Another one. Would you be willing to accompany our friend Axel with these people? And I'll gesture behind us.
He nods. He friend. He giant like me. He nods. I am happy to go.
Are we sending these people to King Lionheart, or does anyone have any other ideas, short of
the slaves?
No, the captives, this lot, and I'll gesture to the nobles.
No, that over the table. That sounds like the best course of action. I can't think of anywhere else to send them. We could put them before the, like, have a meeting of the, the round table, but what if the round table's in on it? You know what I mean?
Were any of the 5 killed elite part of the round table?
No.
Okay.
We're probably okay then.
Maybe. Prospects look good. I'd say let's call it 60-40. I'll nod then and agree that sending these people to Lionheart is probably the best option, both noble and civilian. I think perhaps you said that their minds were affected, altered. They seem to not remember who they are, or
Not only that, they're complying to everything you say.
then it seems to me that these people need medical assistance of some sort.
I turn to Malakar and I ask him, do you think maybe the temple where you are taking your lessons, maybe they can help or provide shelter at least?
Shelter, perhaps, but I think I may have another wizard or another magician that may be more practical for these means.
And that is?
Well, when it comes to wiped memories and memories in general, I can only think of one person who could traverse such a thing.
Don't. No.
Do you speak of Glimshaw?
No.
He nods. I've spent an additional amount of time with Grimshaw, and I think that he may be trusted with this. Though I would be more interested to know that this isn't his dirty work to begin with.
The whole reason we are here is a matter of the Round Table. He is not privy to the business of the Round Table.
It is indeed a round table job. It would feel improper to go behind their backs and do something else. Regardless, it would need to be reported.
At least provide them shelter to the temple, and maybe then we can ask him. So I'm not taking them to him directly.
No, of course not.
I'll look over my shoulder and call out to Axel that once this lot that you have here is secured and taken care of, see that another one, and he gestures up to the giant, finds his way to the Temple of Luna.
He nods. Of course. I will make sure he is safe and taken care of. I would not see my kin treated this way. And he looks a little bit angry as he looks, not angrily at another one, but at the way that he's been treated and what this means that these people think of him.
Where is the man
Our
of the
boy.
hour?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull him over here.
I
He's
have a
with
question
you.
that needs answering.
Okay.
See, I assume we have him tied up.
Presumably. Whatever you chose to do with him, he doesn't argue or fight back.
He looks to him. Are you more likely to tell me about how you came upon your curse?
He nods and says, "Soon enough." He thinks for a moment. Given what you likely intend to do with me, perhaps it would be best to save these words for the courts.
Just answer me this. Do you know anything about where my sister is?
Your sister. He thinks for a moment. Are you
She was on the train with us. She was attacked. She is a lot like myself.
He nods. I think I know who your sister is, then, yes. And yes, I know where your sister is.
But
She
you're
is
not.
safe.
Inside check.
Go ahead and give me an insight.
No.
I mean, he's telling the truth.
Why are you
Where-
trying so hard to keep her from us?
He shakes his head. You'll understand soon.
I want to understand now.
Malakal.
It does none of us any good while we are trapped deep under the ground. Malakar.
Where is Vincenze Navarro?
Soon all shall be revealed. But let us leave this place. I would rather not have to repeat myself.
Rather
You're
break all your
bold.
teeth.
He chuckles.
You speak to us as if you are not the one in chains.
I was
You
in
think you
chains
can break out
before
of
we.
them?
I was in chains before we met. Nothing has changed there.
Where's Bungle?
He looks a little surprised and taken aback. Give me an insight check. 21. He looks, surprised, taken aback, a little bit worried, and confused, and he looks at you. Well, if anyone had known, I thought it would be you. You captured him.
And we let him go. After it was clear to us his mind was broken, and Odin will open the side of his coat and pull out a drawing that Bungle drew, and just he doesn't even toss it, he just opens his fingers and lets the air carry the paper, like the paper glides along the air over down to Gareth's feet.
He looks at it. He looks at it and he looks at you. And he says, the Mask of Stone. Yes, Bungle spoke of this nightmare before. He tried to forget
Nightmare?
it. I guess it came back to haunt him.
You mean to say that you have no business or dealings with whoever this individual is?
He shakes his head. Not to my knowledge.
A useful puppet, then.
He frowns at that, but he doesn't, retort.
Held up by so many strings, I think, as the chains rattle. I'll look back over my shoulder to Axel, and I just think I'll nod as if to say I think there's no reason that all these people need to remain here any longer. If everyone is agreed that at least sending the nobles to Lionheart is a good idea. Well,
Okay.
not a good idea, but the best idea presentable to us at the moment.
He nods and he'll begin channeling magic, and the portal activates. And with a blinding flash of lights, they all disappear.
And now for these unfortunate souls, who's attending them?
The elven woman will step forward. I Unlike my compatriots here, it seems they hadn't gotten to my mind yet. I still have my wits about me. I can lead them.
Insight check. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Can't trust anyone in this game.
I'm telling you, man. Do you know the temple that we spoke of?
She nods. The Temple of Luna at the Ridge of Devotion. Yes, I'm familiar.
Look back to Malachar.
Say that again.
I said I'm looking back to you. I'm essentially throwing
As
you
if
the
for
floor to you.
confirmation.
Malachar nods.
Well, if it is all right with you, then I shall be off. And she'll wave, and she'll begin channeling her magics as well, and the group of them disappear. Gareth turns to the rest of you. Well, I suppose that leaves just us.
Fuck me.
And what are we doing with him? I have an idea, but I would wish to hear from the rest of you before I offer it.
Well, I doubt any normal prisons could contain him. Not even sure if anything that the Round Table has could.
Well, he's a vampire. We have special ways of containing them back in my country.
Might be a good idea to talk to some vampire then. Outside of just you, of course, Malachar.
He nods. We should keep our options open.
This portal behind me, what do you know of it?
Gareth looks at you and looks at the portal. He chuckles. I know no more than you.
And from what I can tell on this side thus far, it seems we just step on and just will ourselves to a certain point in the world, and that works?
You can only assume. You don't know what happened to them on the other side.
Fucker.
No, let's
I hate
try.
you so fucking much. What if we just decided to go to Callison ourselves?
Well, we will have to know a place to go.
Would we?
I don't think it's just a spoken word.
I could check.
With Lulia?
No, I am out of range of Lulia, and I have been for quite some time. I meant I could check the results of such a thing. Look into. I have been practicing purposefully looking into the future.
Your prophecies have not steered us wrong thus far. I do not think there's no reason to listen to you now, or heed your wisdom, Nora.
I will give a nod, and I say, and I will crouch down before the thing, and I will cast augury as I focus on whether or not this is something that would work.
Okay. Post a spell. Hold on just a moment. All right. So you're wanting an omen about what specifically? Whether the portal will work, whether it's going to send you where you want, whether
If
No. If it'll send if we go on it and like,
with the intention
want
of
to go
finding
to-
Callison. Yeah.
yeah, if we think of like going to Callison, will that work?
Okay. Whoa.
Whoa. I will shake my head. No, that is not how this works. And I will gather up my my stones.
Was a long
So-
shot anyway.
So it's maybe a place then? Before you gather your things up, Noah, would you be able to do this again, this ritual?
I'm afraid not. It is a difficult it is a very draining ritual, and after my enlarging spell earlier, I am quite tired. I don't think I could do it again.
So then we have only gut instinct to go off of. If it is a place we must think of, then rather than a person.
I turn to Garth and ask him, you said you know where she is. Do you have like a place that we can decide upon?
He chuckles and doesn't say anything.
And give up his golden goose? Why would he do that? He gives a glare to Gareth. You realize these are real people. My sister is a person. You're using her like a tool. You're no better than these fuckers.
He doesn't
Let's
respond
go.
to that.
I'm tired of hearing the hypocrisy of Gareth Blackthorn.
Before that, Malakar, the option that I offered earlier, we could bring him to my grandmother. She's quite a skilled mage in her own right.
And what is the hope if you do so?
That she might provide some insight that King Lionheart would not. And where exactly is it we are going? We still have not decided where we are taking him.
Should he not also face justice?
Yes, but at whose hand? This is a matter of the Round Table, and King Lionheart is as much a member of the table of King Lionheart is as much a member of the Round Table as my grandmother.
Then why don't we just bring him before the round?
And then have your grandmother also come.
She's not been present the past 2 sessions we have gathered. Neither has my father.
Well, maybe now they have a reason to appear.
Look back at Gareth for a second. Is it wise to bring this creature to the center of our school? Well, I suppose the round table chamber is like a place out of time. Yeah, it's sort of like a separate plane.
Not out of time.
Or
No.
out of space. It's like a separate plane of its own, yeah?
It's sort of a pocket dimension, yeah.
It may not be wise to try and mix in magics. I'm not sure what a portal like this would do if you tried to connect it to such a place.
It's kind of like putting a bag of holding in another bag of holding.
While y'all continue to consider what you want to do with him, I'm gonna step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I still like the idea of putting him in a prison that specifically holds vampires, but
That seems like a wise decision.
I'm kind of with you.
for
though.
holding him.
With vampirism being like a common thing in this world, as we've already proven, it seems highly unlikely that they wouldn't have a way to deal with them.
Mhm.
Like, there's specific laws and rules that my character has to follow, and like his whole family does. So I assume that there's probably some hierarchy that enforces that.
Malakal.
Straight to jail.
Malakal, who else, if anyone, outside of Callison, I suppose, would have this knowledge on the round table of vampirism and all of the baggage that comes with it, and requirements and precaution?
Our other vampiric contact, I suppose. I don't think there's many others here in
The
town.
Duke?
He nods. He is proven to be, at least for the most part, trustworthy. He was willing to... Well, you saw that he had imprisoned my father at the moment. He has ways.
And he is on the round table, yes?
Over the table, I don't know if he is.
I don't remember.
I don't
remember
think
either.
he is.
I wish we got a list. I would love a list.
Nura, half zoning out, will go. I wrote to Knock about the vampires and the local. Perhaps he knows. I did not receive a letter back yet, though.
What I wonder is if he is a true vampire or if he is just a spawn. If he is a spawn, then he is following someone else's command.
Who are you talking about?
Do you not?
Gareth?
Can you not find a way to tell?
Not without being able to confront, if he does have a master, his master.
DM, is the Duke, the vampire Duke in Starlit Hollow on the round table?
Nope. I don't think
He's
so.
not in Starlit Hollow. He's
Or he's above. Yeah, his thing's above the red light district. I keep forgetting that. His manor. He's not
he is
part of the round
he's
table?
not on the round table now. Duke Verla.
We could take Gareth
No.
to the manor,
Oh,
but
it's- Sorry, cat.
we could take Gareth to the manor to be imprisoned there, but again, this is round table business, and I do not know what the consequences would be for involving outsiders.
In that case, maybe I'm not speaking to Knock. Master Cerilius is on the round table, but I don't recall seeing Knock.
Malakal, do you know the specifics required and necessary to imprison a vampire securely? Is there some requirement that needs to be met outside of normally putting someone in a cell and closing it and locking the door?
Well, considering they can turn to mist.
Oh, true.
DM?
Put him in a box. Seal
Really?
box.
Oh, right. He can turn into a mist and a bat and a wolf and all of these things. I forget.
Indeed,
I'm not a
it's-
vampire.
It is not.
Gareth
exactly.
will just like take a deep breath and he'll like exhale loudly.
We're gonna annoy the fuck out of him until he like fucking capitulates.
he's gonna like try and shove past you and go stand on the circle.
Ah, what a brat.
So impatient. Like you have anywhere to be.
So where are we taking him?
Just the round table for now, I think.
Yeah,
Gather
Malachar
everybody.
nods.
And then
We'll
can...
trust that King Lionheart, as soon as Axel has told him what has happened, has sent word out. I think that's the best we can hope for now. And I'll move onto the onto the circle as well.
Oral will begrudgingly get onto the circle.
Yeah, Oral, what are you thinking as you step onto a teleportation circle willingly?
I'm preparing myself mentally.
Give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, no,
Oof.
that's never gonna happen. Grim.
You're not feeling too hot about it.
No,
It's like
I'd
don't
definitely
know
be
if-
throwing a pissy fit right now, a little bit.
it's like somebody who's terrified of airplanes hopping onto a two-seater airplane.
I am not very fond of this idea. Are we sure that there's no other way out?
It's Bones in the teleporter all over again.
We have not done a very extensive search of the place, but I do not know if we have time.
Damn it.
It seemed that under the threat of death, the guards seemed to indicate that this was the only way.
You've died once before. At least this time you won't die alone.
I will hold out my hand to him.
I'll take it.
I'll
I
give it a
appreciate
reassuring
this.
squeeze.
Embarrassing as it may be.
There is no embarrassment in relying upon a friend.
All right,
You
get
have
it over
inspiration
with.
for
Whoever's
that,
doing
Tally. Who would like to channel the magics?
Nura does not have good moment in time awareness. She should not be allowed to control a teleporter.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling out.
I mean, are we physically rolling dice to get to where we need to go?
Just decide who wants to do it.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you were going to go to the round table?
Yeah.
Okay. One of you steps forward to cast to channel your arcane energies.
Our
Assume that's
resident
Elias,
mage.
since
I'll
he
look.
just
Yeah,
moved.
look over to Elias. He's our resident magic man. So
I do it.
Yep.
All right.
Elias, if you get us killed, I will kill you.
Well, if I get us killed, we'll be already dead. So
Think about it this way: if we die, we don't have homework.
Our
Wouldn't
tests
you like
are
that?
not yet done. We will
This
make it.
conversation is not helping me be any less concerned about this.
we're going to get booze afterwards. Is it better now? We're gonna torture somebody.
I get no enjoyment
Gareth-
from that.
Gareth's eyes grow just a little bit wide as you say that, but he doesn't say anything. The room begins to sway and spin as the teleportation begins to fold the space surrounding you. For a moment, you feel weightless as you float through an ethereal nothingness. Rushing past you as blinding lights surround you like a funnel. You head towards an opening or gap in the funnel before you, but with a sudden lurching in your stomachs, you suddenly veer off to the side, now tumbling and spinning out of control before you crash into the wall of light. When next you open your eyes, you find that you have reapparated in a place altogether unfamiliar.
Oh well, isn't this lovely?
The space unfolds around you, resolving into a vast, windowless chamber, filled with interlocking circles that thrum like a heartbeat. The air smells of ozone and burnt copper, and above you is an iron-railed balcony, which curves along the walls of a massive chamber, lined with faintly glowing sigils. From the upper gallery, a figure in tattered gray robes, with his face hidden behind a cowl, leans on the railing. The Revenant, a rogue teleportation mage responsible for untraceable crimes across the continent. A figure all too familiar to one of you. Oral, I need you to give me a wisdom save.
Yeah, this
With
isn't gonna go
disadvantage.
well. Yeah, it didn't. Asking me to make a wisdom save is a guaranteed failure.
Yeah, you've only got 0 on it. It could be worse.
Yeah. Well, especially when it comes to this.
Ah.
Oral, you find yourself reeling as you've forcibly gone through a teleportation circle. It didn't go where it was supposed to go. And you look up to see this figure.
God damn it, I knew we shouldn't have gone in that circle. Why is he here? Oral is gonna absolutely fucking start losing it. He is going to fall onto the ground, kind of grab at his head, and then he'll try and reach for anything around him that he can try to possibly use as a weapon or to stand up.
Oral! Odin will rush over to him to try and help calm him.
There's nothing you can say here that will make this any better for me.
How far away is this individual?
It's like 30 feet up.
I hunters mark him.
As you cast your magics, you feel the hunter's mark does land upon the individual, but it feels like your magics are resisting against you, as if you're pushing magic through a swamp. The weave here is thick as syrup and tuned to someone else's hand.
That's
The
fine. I know
individual-
where he's at.
The individual leans across the balcony and looks down at you all.
You gonna stand up there and stare at us all day, or come down here and fight?
Well, if you let me talk, I would keep going. I felt my network strain and thought perhaps a fool had tripped a seal. But no, guests, uninvited, yet determined, and he waggles his finger at you, Malakar.
Lot of talk from a coward.
He continues talking and doesn't acknowledge that.
Just like
Curious. A flood of travelers through my lattice, all bearing chains, yet none bearing payments. And you. And he seems to take notice of Oral for the first time. Little artificer. I thought I left you to bleed out on the Windcrest's marble floors. How ungrateful of you to survive me.
When he hears that, Oral is going to attempt to stand up for himself, by himself, and he'll look upwards and say, "You did leave me there. I survived, and and it's because
Yes,
of you that I'm like this. Oral is having a hard time actually forming words against anything.
Yes.
He is very off-put.
Yes, I left you to learn. And look. And he gestures to you, groveling on the ground. Lesson well taken. You stand, you build, you crawl through my circles again. Fate is sentimental, it seems. Well, sentiment changes nothing.
This time, we're not going to let you get away. It's not just me that you're leaving here. Although even me by myself like to think that when I came upon you again, I'd be able to kill you.
He just laughs. You think you in your position stand to do anything against me? Do you not understand, Oral? And as he speaks your name, I want you to give me a wisdom save.
Yeah.
As he speaks your name, the word registering in your mind returns you to another place, to another time, when he would call upon you to aid him in his laboratory, when he would call to you to bring you lunch, when he smiled and pat you on the shoulder, telling you what a good job you had done, when he smiled on that fated day and took the gem from you, and he opened that portal for you. Do you not understand, Oral?
I understand that everything that we'd been through was a lie. That you only wanted to use me. As soon as I was out of use, you just tossed me away. That is what I understand.
I see things a little differently, you see. Every door I open is another line in the map of inevitability. I don't stop to look back behind me because the world I leave behind is already dying. Oral, give me another wisdom save.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
I will step forward and take Oral's hand, and the same one that he's got his lunar veil on. And I'm not sure if this will work, but I will ignite it and use Sanctified Touch on Oral and say to the man, "You are wrong. You know nothing of destiny and inevitability. You do not see the path lying ahead, nor do you notice what you have left behind. You are blind, Pathweaver."
He nods, seeming to acknowledge your words, Nura, before retorting. Oh yes, I see. You are all but fragments of that broken world, promising pieces that yet refuse to stay connected. And as this exchange is happening between Nura and the Revenant, Oral, from that previous failed save, memories are swimming again as he talks about the world, the path, the map of inevitability, the world that he worked to forge. You remember how you and he together walked the streets of those cold city streets, helping others, bringing food to those in need, all of the other orphans that he would help. All falsehoods. And internally, inside your mind, it's like a shattering glass. a glass that was already broken long ago. The pieces, they still slice into you.
As
And
Oral
as he go ahead.
as Oral feels even more breaking inside of him, he'll let out a single tear before standing up. And it will be a forceful stand. And he'll look towards him and he'll say, "You see, I'm a broken man from the day that you did that. Every day, it feels like more and more breaks inside of me. There's very little that I had left that was unbroken. But more and more, as we talk, I can feel these things inside of me begin to shatter once again. Even the happy memories that I have from before of what you did to me. The feelings I had from before then. I can now just look upon you this final time. And I can know that none of that was actually true. None of that actually mattered. All of it was a lie. And most of what I lived has been a lie. So I suppose I should probably drop the facade and embrace what I have actually become. Isn't that right? What you made. And
He pauses for a minute. He lets you talk. Like, he doesn't interrupt you.
Oral is going to take he's going to take a dagger out of his arm. And he's going to point it at the Revenant. And he'll say, "If you had any honor, any inkling of joy felt from those days, if you believed that even part of it wasn't a lie, then you would stop this." And Oral is going to go ahead. He's going to pull off his left arm. And he'll expose the, he'll take the dagger. And he'll cut away what skin is left covering the wound that was left behind.
Oof.
Allowing the blood to flow down his arm and down his body. And he'll say, "You saw this before you left. And now you will see it again. But this time we won't let you leave, and I won't let you get to my head. No matter how much breaks, I am not going to simply let you leave. You must answer for yourself and for your deeds. For not just me, but every person who you've done this to who hasn't made it out alive." I don't bear just my scars. I bear yours. Now it is your turn to answer. What do you say?
After you've finished, he paces for a moment, and then he turns on his heel and looks to you. Such resilience. I almost admire it. Almost. But we are too late into the game. And I have no use for ghosts who haunt my corridors. There's work yet unfinished, threads yet untied. We shall have to finish this another day. And as he says this, he flicks two of his fingers, and the rings on the floor, the magic circles, begin to wake. The circles answering like hounds called to heel. Light avalanches inward. Space seems to kink and move around you, waving. The balcony begins to drop away as if swallowed by a closing eye. Be on your way. I'll not have you clutter my design.
It will not be the
Nura will
end.
try to dash off the. We'll try to dodge off the spell circle.
Give me a dex save.
Okay. I'm still holding Arl's hand, so that might not be very useful.
No.
You know what? I have a dagger in my hand. I'm gonna do something that I'm not
Throw
even
it.
sure if this will work.
I
Man
also
gets hit by flying dagger, dies
No.
immediately.
I'll also try and do something before, as I see him move to cast magic. I'm gonna do something.
I'm
ahead.
going to target myself with an attack.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And I am going to use that.
When you target yourself with the attack, I need you to give me a wisdom save to see if you can go through with it.
I feel
Maybe
like
a
at this
con.
point, Oral wouldn't have any qualms with hurting himself.
That's fair. It's still wisdom save, nonetheless.
Yeah.
It'll be an easier. Or
Well,
con
wisdom?
save is fine as well. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'd say with a 12. That's fine. Let's teleport 15 feet away. Okay?
Yeah. So I'm going to teleport 15 feet towards him. See if I can get off the pad with that.
I did specify that the balcony was 30 feet up.
Yes, you did indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why... I haven't really done it before, but... Can I turn into a bat real quick?
Yeah. You teleport upwards. Like you stab yourself and use that to teleport yourself upwards. You take lightning damage. So roll a d6.
Yep.
You turn into a bat. You try to fly up out of the magic's trying to pull you back. The teleportation circle is still trying to teleport you, but you are successfully off the ground, moving towards him.
Alright, I will just continue onwards and upwards towards him.
You reach the balcony where he's at. Again, you feel the space pulling against you as if ready to rip you apart from reality.
I'm going to
But you land at
transform
the balcony.
back into human form. And I am going to go ahead and just try and make an attack on him.
Okay,
See if this will work.
give me an attack.
That's
Damn.
a 20.
What are you aiming for?
Oh, his head.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Stab him in
Roll
the face.
roll for the damage. 12 piercing. So this is direct to his face. As you shoot him, you see the pellets sort of like ripple in space as if they're not going to hit him for a moment, as if like a magic shield is protecting him, and you see him sort of chuckle for a moment before they do in fact go through. Describe what it looks like as his head is converted into viscera.
This is, or Oral will say, this is for what you did to me, and for what you plan to do. And as the bullets pierce through the barrier, the individual pellets go into individual areas of his head. I like to think at least a couple take out one of his eyes, rip off a good portion of his cheek, then a couple go for his scalp. His head isn't fully demolished, but it is very much damaged.
He'll live up to his name now, I guess. And with that, the pull of the teleportation circle pulls you back in, and you begin to plummet as the lights again begin to spin around you, and you find yourself in a tunnel. The pull takes you by the bones, and then the world slams into place somewhere else altogether. The world reforms in fire and fury. You stumble onto the marble streets of Luxor, capital of Everu, now unrecognizable beneath a tide of chaos. Statues of kings and dukes lie toppled. Banners of the Herald's Reversion flutter from burning balconies, and chants echo through the square. Down with the lords! Down with the chains! A new dawn for the people!
Odin stumbles forward once he takes a second to realize where he is and what's become of it. And he looks horrified for a second at the chaos. This is not the city that he remembers.
All around you, rioters are taking to the streets, burning down shops, chasing the wealthy individuals through the streets, jeering as they capture one noble after another, tying them up and putting them on stand for all to see.
Well, I'd say things either escalated quickly or we escalated quickly.
I'm gonna look. Where's Gareth? Is he with us?
He is. He's looking. He looks as bewildered as you all are. He was quiet during the whole exchange with the Revenant, but seeing the Herald's Reversion flags, and he's looking at one of the banners, and one of the banners shows it's like a black flag with the sigil of a red sun, over which sits a broken crown, and the motto written beneath it in Everuvian reads, "Reversion through fire." he doesn't smile. He doesn't like seem to react like, they're doing it. He just sort of gazes at it and seems to acknowledge it as if internally recognizing, so this is what they chose to make of my message.
Do I know where I am in the city?
Yeah, you're just on a random thoroughfare. You might have been here before.
Do I know exactly where I am in the city?
With a moment just to gather your surroundings, I would say yes.
Do I know how far from where this place is the temple of the cult of unity is?
Maybe 2 miles.
I'm going to turn to the rest of the party and I'm going to usher them to follow me quickly. Keep your heads down. Avoid anyone you can. And I'll start to head that way.
We
I'll
are
take
all
any-
still in our full ball regalia.
I'll take any back
You
alleys.
may be.
I'll take any back alleys, back roads. If there are any like kind of wooden carriages or anything that are horse-drawn or have been abandoned, maybe we can commandeer something like that. But I'll start making my way with the party if I can usher them, if I can get them to agree to come with me towards the cult of the temple of the cult of unity.
Hey, Grim,
Gareth.
I have a general question real quick. Do I have my arm? Would that
You
have been
ripped it off.
teleported?
It went through the portal with you.
Okay.
You took it off and like started doing things with it after the magic had been activated, so it went through the portal with you.
Might want to pick that sucker up before we start running.
Yeah, I'll
No
pick that
fucking
up
doubt.
before we start moving.
Yeah, I turn to Odin and I tell him, pull up your hood. You're not dying today.
I'll do that. I'll reach up. If we are still in our ball regalia,
Me and Odin are not.
I'll find a
Who
cloak.
is not?
Me and Oral. Oh yeah, we found our things. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm sure there's like a torn piece of burlap or something that can function as a cloak.
I'll
Surely.
pick up a potato sack from the ground. Will that help?
As we go,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Before you like run off and like start describing what you're doing, Gareth is just sort of standing there, watching the crowd, and he notices you all leaving, and he'll slowly start to follow after you.
Oh, we're not leaving him behind. Like,
Yeah, he's coming with us.
yeah, there's
But
no way
one
we
of
just
the-
we don't race off without him. Obviously, Malika, if you could tend to this one.
One of the rioters notices him.
Now,
Look there! That man's in chains!
Oh no.
And look! And he points. More noble swine! Cut them down! Get them!
They can try. I'm not above killing civilians at this point.
you will not harm anyone of my country. And I'll turn and I'll lift up my rifle and I'm going to shoot the net at the people coming at us.
Okay. Yeah, the net
Do you think that
seems
helped?
to,
I'm going to yell out to everybody as I aim this net. Go! Down that back alley.
The point he doesn't cover with the net, I will cover with entangle,
okay.
so that we can all get out of here.
As you run into the back alley, you feel a lurch in your stomachs. You feel an unease. You can give me an arcana.
Who?
Who?
Anyone.
Boy, there's a lot of owls in here.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey, Nura with a 21. Nobody else needs to roll at this point. I mean, if you want to know whether
A double
you failed or
21.
not, that's
I got
fine.
this.
Yeah, 21 and a 20. Like, yeah. If you want to know if you yourself understand or recognize what's happening, you can roll. But yeah, between Nura and Oral, and especially probably Oral, you feel the lingering remnants of teleportation magic. The effects of this magic circle have not left you yet. You are in an unstable presence in this place.
Together, I will say. I will grab onto Odin because I am still standing next to him.
Yeah, as soon as I can, as soon as the crowd rushing towards us is delayed, I'm gonna make my way back to the head of the group because I know where I'm taking everybody.
We may still be able to move to another spot.
What do you mean?
I
Like teleport?
Yes, it is still lingering. Quickly, I will hold out my other hand to the rest of the group.
Well, sounds like our only real option right now.
Do you know where we're going?
If you do not choose, I will.
I mean, I'll do my best. I don't know what exactly is happening. I don't even know if this is what is actually being telegraphed. But yeah, I'll focus on the Cult of Unity, Temple of the Cult of Unity.
Yay.
Can he move us?
Grim.
Sorry, I was responding to a DM. So you attempt to travel to the Cult of Unity. Give me an Arcana.
Who?
You're familiar with the location, so it's going to be you.
Mm-hmm.
But the group of you together are trying to help. So we'll say Arcana with advantage from Odin. Nobody else is familiar with the city as you are. 15. You try to channel this surging magic still welling within you, and with a gasp, a breath, the blackness of the alley turns to a flash of light, and you find yourself once more standing before the Cult of Unity. All around the temple, and I don't have the art for it, so you're welcome to post it in chat because I didn't expect to show up here. You can
For shame.
you can see the Herald's Reversion have placed flags all around the building. There's barricades around the building, and it seems that they have taken up residence here. One of them turns to you and says, "Look! They've infiltrated! They mean to take us down!" And
I mean, do we get a stealth check or something? What do you want?
you basically just pop in the middle of their fortifications. You show up on a staircase outside the front of the building. I don't know how you plan to be stealthy here.
I thought we were inside.
You might have been inside if you'd rolled a little bit higher. With a 15, you landed on the staircase outside.
Ooh.
You're there.
So anyway, I started slicing and killing.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
You know what? Instead, how about I just step back, grab this fucking doucher who's with us, put a fucking blade to his neck,
and be like, "Well, we brought your leader. We're gonna kill him before you guys now." So
They
Not
they
a
stop
thought.
rushing towards you, and seem to recognize Gareth in an instant. Go ahead, Odin.
No, I mean, whatever works, I suppose.
From the top of the stairs, Odin, you hear a familiar voice. Odin, is that you? And I think I might actually have in-game your art here. Emmeline Cartino.
He freezes. He freezes hearing that name because she doesn't sound concerned about what's happening here. And Odin just turns from Malachar and Gareth slowly towards the top of the stairs.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. And she runs down the stairs, like leaps as if to hug you.
I'll step back. What is she wearing?
She's wearing her normal priestess robes.
Does she not look concerned about what's happening throughout the city?
I mean, yes, a little bit. It's kind of hard to place what's going through your sister's mind without interrogating that thought a little bit further. It's not the reaction you would have expected, though. That's for sure.
He's off put, but he'll go to hug his twin sister. What is happening?
She shakes her head. And it's chaos. These heralds of reversion, they, like a groundswell, suddenly they had overtaken the city. In a matter of hours. It's like they've been planning this for months. Years, even.
I don't understand. Why is it that they are here in the temple, but you are safe? What is happening? Like, why do you not fight them?
As if to answer the question, the cultist who was yelling to stop you all a moment ago is going to yell out, "Is everything okay, Lady Cartino?" And she waves to
Hang on.
the Herald of Reversion.
Pause. Above table, there's a difference, at least I believe, I might be under the misconception, there is a differential between heralds
That's true.
of reversion and cultists. So
Yes.
who is preventing us from approaching? Because I assumed the heralds had taken over this place.
They have.
Okay.
You're reading this correctly.
But they're answering to her?
Seemingly.
I'm confused. Who's the bad guy here?
Fucking hell, man. What the shit?
We go away for several hours and suddenly what? He just looks at fucking, he's gonna look at the prisoner he has and go, "What the fuck?"
Gareth looks as confused as you do.
I'm going to look from our vantage point on the steps. I'm not sure. I have images of the temple, obviously. You should get on that, by the way, because I gave them to you. But
you weren't supposed to be here.
Well, that's D&D, babe. I think I'm gonna look around at what I can see of whatever chaos is happening from this place, and I'm going to put my arm around Emmeline, and turn her back up towards the place she came from, the entrance of the temple. I'm going to start heading that way, gesturing for the rest to follow.
Okay.
Just essentially using her protection to get us inside and out of the open.
The heralds seem to back off and seem to recognize that, oh well, they're friends of the priestess, and they have Gareth Blackthorn. They must be friends of ours, and they back away.
I lower Malakar's sword and I guide Gareth towards the temple.
Okay. Malakar, he tries to lower your sword.
Yeah, Malakar is so fucking shocked right now by the. Suddenly, this whole city's upside down. He didn't even pay attention to it anymore.
And before I move, I turn to Malakar and I tell him, when we have a moment of peace, we need to talk.
He, just still in disbelief, he just sort of nods and he starts looking around at the other heralds around him. And he'll take his cloak and kind of cover himself more with it, feeling uneased.
How the things have changed.
I'm gonna wait to speak about anything of importance with Emmeline until we are somewhere private.
Okay.
We as she and us as a party, along with Gareth, maybe. I don't know if we want to bring him, but what other option do we have?
We're bringing him with us.
Yeah. As you enter the building, two guards salute you, and we'll say unity through Atomos.
I'll watch for Emmeline's reaction, if any.
Give me an insight. She smiles at them and continues to lead you through to the back rooms. She leads you to her personal office, and she closes the door and locks it and bars it. And then she collapses into her chair.
Collapses as in, like, from exhaustion, or...
Exhaustion, yeah, exhaustion, or you can tell now that she's been putting on a facade.
Mm-hmm.
You had me worried for a moment. I had wondered why you had not returned my letter I sent. It seems like years ago at this point.
She shakes her head. No, I sent a return just this morning. The riots only took place in the last few hours. It's like I said, they took over the city in moments.
So this is still fresh?
She nods. I'm just rolling with the punches at the moment, trying to gather whatever information I can.
Have you spoken with anybody? Father, grandmother, mother?
She shakes her head. No, they're all spread far and thin. Each was investigating different... Well, they certainly weren't expecting this. And they were looking into the death of the king and who could have been behind it.
Look between her and Gareth Blackthorn, and I'll look back to her and I'll say, do you know who this man is?
She looks at him and studies him for a moment. I believe so. I've seen him in the papers. You are Gareth Blackthorn? And he nods, but doesn't speak.
I'm glad that you are safe. It is the reason we came here. And I think it has been a blessing in disguise that his presence and your seeming as one of them provides us a moment of respite after a tenuous day.
She'll nod and say, well, I'm glad you're safe. I've heard the Well, I've read your words now. I've heard of what is happening in Mirrodin, and it seems no better than what's happening here.
It was not this bad when we left. We were investigating an incident, but Mirrodin was not in this state. I cannot say now if that is the case, if all of this is happening at once.
Well, she'll,
Where is Celeste? What of the city guard? Is nothing being done to put this down? To return peace to the streets?
she'll shake her head and say, I don't know. I assume she's... She thinks for a moment. It's only been 2, maybe 3 hours since this all began. If I recall correctly, Celeste would have been near the, what's the name of it? The gosh,
House of Parliament
House of Parliament. It's got a special name.
is the beacon.
She would have been posted near the beacon when this all began. I can only hope for her safety. It's likely that is where this... Well, where it is the worst, given that is where government runs.
And what of you? What do you intend to do? Just ride this out under the guise of one of them?
She shakes her head. I was planning to wait until nightfall, and it is soon upon us, and then sneak out to gather information while they were unawares.
Perhaps it would be best if you came with us. I do not like the idea of leaving you in this place. Come with me. We will find Celeste and figure out what to do next. I think so long as we have Gareth Blackthorn in our custody, and so long as he is willing to cooperate, I look back towards him, we might be able to move without being accosted too much.
I actually have a question for Gareth.
He'll turn to you.
Is this what you imagined?
He thinks for a moment. Perhaps more violence, but in a way.
Did you say more violent?
Yeah. As in, this is more violent than what he imagined.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna immediately turn and walk up to Gareth, and I'm gonna take the butt of Gungnir, and I'm gonna...
I stand in front of Garrett, between Odin and Garrett.
move aside.
If you want to do something, just do it. He's in our custody, as you said. I'm not letting you harm him.
Just Odin scoffs and turns away from Elias.
My question is this still what you want?
It's hard to say. We don't know what the result will be. Unfortunately, for Everu, it seems my message hit right as the king died. Such violence need not take place in the streets of Mirrodin, though I fear it may unfold that way nonetheless. He looks I would say he's not pleased about it, but he's not harboring any regrets at this moment.
Let none of us fool ourselves into thinking your want or lack thereof for wanton violence. I saw what you left in the basement of the silver eclipse.
He nods and says, "Yes, for slavers. Would you defend them?"
I would not become them.
Then perhaps you are different, Odin.
It would be hard to say if you killed me outright.
He shrugs. I'm a man of my honor. I've agreed to go along with you wherever that leads on this strange journey.
That it most certainly is.
And with that thought, go ahead, Nora.
Okay. Nura shivers, her eyes going glassy for a second. Long have I walked the bloody halls. Once. Now. And again. Back then I saw it. Just a child. And now it is past. I will kind of come back into the moment and say, did not appreciate that image as a child.
For that cryptically prophetic phrase you've just uttered and given me shivers down my spine, you may have an extra inspiration. We'll understand soon enough.
Yep.
Anyway,
You have it written.
as Nura drops that prophecy bomb on you all,
Do you have it written somewhere?
if you don't, you should write it down.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Write that one down.
Type it in the chat.
Write it. In the lore channel, probably.
As she says this, you all feel a momentary daze, and then you feel the lurching in your stomach as the teleportation magic once again begins to take hold.
What the hell?
What does this look like? I mean, is it a circle on the ground that goes around us, or are we all just sort of individually blipping out of existence? Or
Well,
Yeah,
at first you just feel like uneasy, like your stomach's twisting and turning. Like it's almost like the feeling when you go up an elevator, like where how your stomach lurches and it's like, oh, what's going on? This isn't natural. And then it grows and swells until the magic circle appears beneath your feet.
All of us,
Yes,
or just the party?
a large magic circle appears beneath you all.
I'll look out and reach out for Emmeline.
She'll reach out and her eyes widen and she'll reach out and grab your hand. But as she reaches forward and grabs your hand, you feel the two of you begin to rip apart as she is being left behind. And let's change the music again. I should find some more variety in music. Get that fixed soon. The world lurches again.
I'm gonna strangle. I'm gonna strangle you. I'm gonna take my hands. I'm gonna wrap them around your neck, and I'm gonna throttle you.
All right. Hush. That's not the music you have in mind is not the tone for where we're going. The world lurches again. The stone of the temple replaced by smoke. The party finds themselves standing at the edge of a windswept cliff. Below stretches an endless army, a tide of black and crimson banners marching west beneath a gray sky. Malachar and Elias, You recognize this place as the Groomshar Heights, a lonely plateau dividing Groomshar, Silverthorn, and the Rhinemark Empire, as it stretches for miles in every direction. From this height, it's clear. Rhinemark's legions march to war.
They're going towards Lysara.
What?
They're going towards Lysara, like southwest.
They're moving west from Rhinemark. Let's put you guys on the world map. You guys are roughly where that circle is.
Okay. Here.
No.
Never. Where? Oh.
We were.
We're not. We're not. Okay. Okay.
You
so
were
they're
you were
going
here,
towards-
and then you were here, and now you're here.
and they're marching towards the teal thingy, like towards here.
I would say that this from this vantage, it looks like they're marching towards Silverthorn.
Damn it. Lovely.
If Malachar could pale, he would.
Tens of thousands of soldiers march in perfect formation, rows of iron helms and burning standards rippling like a living serpent. Malachar, give me either a history or a nature check.
Let me see what I got.
At the 21, you recognize to your east two twin peaks along the edge of the Wild Heart peaks rise. Based on their location and where you are within the plateau, you figure the army may only be a few days from the capital of Grimshar and less than a day from the cities of Silverthorn.
And we're pretty far away, I would say, so there's not much we can do from here.
Yeah, it's like you're basically on top of a cliff looking down. Like, you can see them moving. If the army were not as massive as it was, you would mistake them for like travelers or something. But it's clearly the march of a military. One
And
you've seen before, but in smaller numbers.
The clans are united?
No, this is the Rhinemark Empire.
Oh. Interesting.
As you try to get a better look, give me a perception. Yeah, with a 16, you note the beast folk in the cliffs below you. Moving through the brush, you can recognize what appear to be dark shapes scuttling through the brush, a horde of goblins, gnolls, and ogres creeping down the mountain towards the army below.
Can I insight to see if they're working together?
The beast folk? Yeah, give me an insight. Or nature, either one.
Would I have advantage by any chance since I've spent so much time fighting these bastards?
Yes.
$13.
Yeah, with a 13, and based on what you actually heard at the round table, in the previous round table meeting, you had heard rumors that the beast folk were coming down in larger hordes and seemed to be working together. And that seems to match what you're seeing here. they do seem to be working together instead of fighting each other. They're not so much territorial as you would expect. It seems like they're organized. Some of them bear metal weapons. Some of them bear scraps of leather armor. One of them notices you.
Malakar's gonna look over towards the capital, and he's gonna try and send like a warning signal to Grimshar if he can. He's just gonna send essentially interpret the message. Wild men, wild heart peaks, silverthorn gather.
Okay. Is this through your vampiric?
Yeah, it's just like it's not even really a language as much as it's a conveyance of like the need essentially.
Who would you be conveying to? Your father and your sister are in Avalon.
Yes, I'm
Near them.
aware. I'm going to send it to the nearest servant that I know of that still resides in Grimshar. I'll probably
Okay.
send it to the den mother that took care of Malakar when he was growing up. He knows he can trust her.
Okay.
My whole kingdom is vampires.
Well, I mean, you're part of the kingdom. It's like 1,000 tribes of orcs, but yes.
Well, my tribe is known for being vampires, I guess
Yes,
is my
yes,
point.
yes. It's true. Okay. Yeah, you feel like your message has gone through. You don't get a response, but you feel like it does reach its intended recipient.
That's the best I can do, brother.
But as for the single beast folk that noticed you, a single goblin's gleaming eye catches the faint shimmer of the teleportation. And it turns to you as a snarl rises into a guttural war cry.
In response, I flip it off.
Yeah, you flip it off. It like looks angry and like flips you off back, and it's gonna pull out a sling and start reeling it like it's gonna throw at you, and like a band of like a half a dozen goblins, an ogre, some gnolls, and a hobgoblin start rushing towards you. The ground begins to shake under the weight as the cliffside, the rocks become unsteady and start to slide off the cliffside. Give me a dex save, everyone, to steel yourself as the ground shudders beneath you.
Could I use athletics to just grab on? Like squat down and grab the ground?
I'll allow that. Elias, if that would have helped you, you can do that too. If it wouldn't have made a difference, then you're stuck with your 12.
Use what?
If what's your bonus to athletics?
0.
Okay. Or acrobatics?
3. It's
Okay,
my
so
dexterity, so it doesn't make a difference.
Nura, can I get either an athletics or dex save? Either one. Or acrobatics. Any of those. It's fine.
You did get one.
Oh, I did. I missed it. It's a 7. Okay, Elias, you...
Would my arcane reflection work?
Yeah, arcane deflection would help you here.
It's +4 to my saving throw.
To your saving throw, yeah. You make your save. Unfortunately, though, Nura, you fall and you begin to like slip down the cliff's edge as the rocks begin to crumble beneath you. As you're... Go ahead.
Who? Me?
Oh, I heard somebody like about to vocalize.
I could use my inspiration to give that another shot, so I don't fall off a cliff.
It's up
Earl
to you
will
if you
drop
want to.
down and try and Earl will drop down and try and help.
Okay, you can give me a dex save then, Oral.
Don't forget you have
Try and
spider
grab her.
climb Norl.
That's true. With a 17, you manage to grab Nura's hand as she almost falls off the cliff. I like to imagine this is your human hands, not your robotic hands.
Yep.
Because that robotic hand, I wouldn't trust it at the moment.
And
It's popped off a couple too many times.
Auril will force out a smile and say, just had to repay you a bit.
I appreciate. I am definitely not the flying dragon.
Well, we should
And-
probably climb back up.
And as you sort of brace yourselves for the coming onslaught of beast folk, you see bright flashes of steel reflecting in the sunlight as a contingent of the Rhinemark army seems to take note of the war cries, and a ripple travels through the valley. And then that uneasy feeling in your stomach returns, and the glyphs beneath your feet ignite once more.
Man, I'm beginning to think we should not have shot this teleporting man in the face while he was weaving teleporting magic around us.
Nah.
Something went goofy.
I certainly hope we can get off this ride at some point.
I'm gonna be sick.
The cliffs dissolve into blinding light, and the roar of the approaching horde fades into silence. And we'll take our mid-session break there.
Gonna die.
Let's make it a. I mean, does anybody need more than 5 minutes?
Nope.
Let's
No.
take it. Let's make it a 5-minute break then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use your recap music because it's good for what's about to go down.
Shit.
I should have known better than to send us to Luxor and not expect Nox to want to go exploring.
What a
Okay, my
funny
name-
mistake.
We'll have time to explore Luxor later.
I named 2 countries. Remember to write it down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I mean, what did you expect me to do?
I should have expected exactly what happened. I just didn't think it through. It's not that I didn't expect it, I just didn't think about it. a lapse in judgment on my part.
back and double checked.
You got me real fucking scared there for a second because I thought my sister was a true believer.
That would have
I
been
mean,
interesting, huh?
She technically is a true believer, but not in the way that everyone else are. I don't want to say everyone else. They're two different things. I just keep forgetting to clarify that they're two different things.
I don't know. I just feel that they are pretty stupid and they saw the same name and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's where we belong."
There's a lot of information we don't know about how the Heralds. I feel like the Cult of Unity was a useful tool as far as establishing an off-growing branch of an even more extreme. It's like any religion, you know. Any religion you have, while on the surface, it could be 100% like, you know, peaceable and wholesome. You're still gonna have extreme branches of it that don't live up to the creed of that religion.
So wild too, because you're like, did you even read the fucking Bible, my guy? Or, you know, insert ex-religious text here, really.
Yeah.
Holy scrolls.
Well, a little bit of insight. Odin's sister, twin sister, Emmeline, is sort of excommunicado with the family because she did join the Cult of Unity. Not that being part of the Cult of Unity is necessarily a bad thing, because they are peaceable and what they want is what the Heralds want, but they don't want it through violence. They just have their own sort of belief system. So they're not out there hurting anyone, but they're also not following traditional, you know, traditional belief systems.
How many times, like, how often do we record our sessions?
Whenever I'm reminded to
now
do
on-
it.
And also lately, I just record in audio.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm using the tool for the notes, so I need the audio of the session.
When is this getting posted, you know? I mean, at this point, it might as well be some sort of cast, right? If you're putting in the effort of recording it. I'd listen to this again.
I am back.
I can say
Yeah.
I can post the audio files.
I went and rechecked the stream because I was
Prophecy.
like, you know what? 10 seconds after I say spooky stuff, I forget what I've said. And then they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Write that down. I was like, it's gone. It came and it went. Meow. Meow. So I went and checked and I was like, haha, that's what I said. Much better than what I thought I said.
That's amazing.
I think that's the best one yet.
Good.
How far back do your recordings go?
Because I have said a lot of stuff and I remember basically none of it.
Forge have the session as live on YouTube. But it's streaming right now, so she just went back.
All right, are we ready to continue?
Yes, sir. Let's die.
Not quite yet.
Getting teleported.
Do it.
Yeah, next session for that.
Nice.
You spawn over a volcano.
And you fell inside.
The world solidifies into marble and gold. The scent of the smoke and blood fades, replaced by the warm lights of the Lion's Peak, seat of Avalon's monarchy. Lights pour through the stained glass dome high above, fractured into spectral hues that dance against polished stone. Below, rows of guards and clerks rush between marble columns, their footsteps echoing like the heartbeat of a kingdom in panic. At the far end of the great hall, upon the elevated dais, beneath the Lionheart crest, sits King Kalen Lionheart. Let me just grab his handout, just a reminder.
I swear, if this guy turns out to be evil.
His expression wary but unyielding. His crimson hair glints beneath the vaulted light as he leans forward, fingers steepled, listening intently as a messenger relays the latest news to his lord. Beyond the king, you see a vast open balcony, and beyond it, the city of Mirrodin burns. Smoke spiraling upward into the clouds that cling to Mount Aegis. As the dusk begins to settle in, a full moon rises over the city as if watching and waiting for it to break under its pale glow. And I gotta move some stuff around because you guys did things differently than I expected. As you arrive through the palace's teleportation dais, your arrival goes unnoticed for a moment amidst the chaos and swirl of chaos that unfolds throughout the chamber. And you have a moment just to gather yourselves.
Okay, everybody split up, spread out. Malakar's gonna move away until he gets about as far as the circle looked like it could reach. I don't know if that's gonna happen again, but I don't want it to.
Odin's going to race towards the king if he can.
Okay. You can race towards the king, but the king is listening to a messenger at the moment. It'll take you a few seconds to get there, and while you run, you will hear what is currently being spoken. Okay. What else?
Earl is just gonna plop on the ground right where he came out. He's just gonna put his head in his hands, just kind of sit there.
Hey, give me a wisdom save, just to sort of steel yourself, not to like break down or anything, but just to see if he.
No.
Yeah, no, he's. What does that look like?
He's just silent. If you could see his eyes, he'd have 1,000-yard stare right now. Just staring off into the distance. He looks very much broken.
Okay. Malakar, give me an Arcana.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not trusting that magic again. Alright, Felix, what are you doing? And Nura. So Elias and Nura.
I approach Malakar.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading something. Give me a second. Okay. I grab him by the arm and I drag him like a few steps away from the others.
Is Gareth here in the room with us?
He is.
Yeah, he's with me. Yep. I just wanted to tell you something, just something to keep in mind amongst this chaos that happened, that dropped upon us recently. I know you trust your sister, and I told you that I'm gonna help you find her, but I just want to plant a thought in your mind, just to keep that in mind, that maybe she doesn't want to be found. I don't waste that to you, but just a thought.
He looks like he's caught off guard by the thought for a moment, but then he really gives it thought. And then he kind of nods. And he says, as backwards as everything is right now, I could believe that.
Yeah. Just, maybe, I don't know, just, from conspiracy to conspiracy, maybe her message to follow the rats was to drive you away from her. for her reasons, even good or bad. I wish it's not bad, but maybe she doesn't want to be found. Maybe she will be she will be she appeared when she's ready or has something to sell. Again, I'm not wishing that to you, but just keep that
We
in mind.
have a lot of other things we need to be thinking about. For instance, our kingdoms. You saw them. I mean, they're beastmen and they're stupid, but they're stupid together, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, I need to share the message as soon as possible. I don't even know if they're gonna reach in time. They won't.
Sent to a person that I trust while we were there. Just a moment. I knew we didn't have much time, but I think the message may have gone through. I felt it. Somebody heard me. I told them to go and to seek out your clansmen. They're going to have to work together. There's no other way.
I hope they put aside their differences.
If they won't, then we have to convince them to. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
He nods.
I nod. I nod, and I return to Gareth.
Gareth nods to you, Elias, and he looks at you, Malachar, with a moment of almost pity. And you notice as Elias is warning you about your sister, he seems to nod in agreement.
Yeah, Malachar is just going to concentrate on what's happening in the right now, essentially.
Yeah, he follows behind, waiting to be used however you're going to use him in this conversation to come. Nura, what are you doing?
Nura has been standing there like a statue since we teleported. Not really doing anything.
Do you want us to blink to move?
No thank you, I'm good. I'm going to wait. I have said my spooky piece, and I have no idea if we're going to be pitched into the next place, so we'll see, I guess.
Fair enough. All right. As you gather yourself and exchange your brief greetings, you can make out bits and pieces of the conversation happening between the king and the messenger from the other end of the court. The messenger begins. Your Majesty, the infestation spreads faster than containment allows. The city guard is collapsing under the tide. Even the mage's fires cannot cleanse the tunnels fast enough. To which the king responds. Then the flames are to be the lesser sin. Tell the Archmage to double containment efforts at the river wards. If the Viridius floods with cursed blood, then we lose more than the city. And the messenger, with that, stands. Of course, Your Majesty. And with that order, a half a dozen men, ministers and knights alike, file quickly out of the room to carry out his order. The messenger continues, hesitating. As for the search efforts, Duke Virillo has taken command of his house guard. He hunts the physician Navarro through the streets, but he still has no leads. And sire, Lord Tenero Ravinican of Grimshar was sighted in Lowtown in a rage. Dozens are dead. The king sort of shakes his head. Then pray to the gods his fury finds its mark before the more innocents burn. And this sort of conversation continues until Odin, you rush to the front of the...
Yeah. Odin, I imagine this hall is quite long, so he's sprinting down this hall until he gets to the foot of whatever staircase leads up to the throne Lionheart sits on, and he goes, "Your Grace!" And it like echoes through the chamber.
He turns and looks at you. His brows already furrowed, so they don't really furrow any deeper. And he looks to you. Odin Saint Castile Cartano of Everu.
Please tell me Axel got our message to you.
He nods. Yes, I have heard of the tales beneath the city of Mirden. Unfortunately, it seems graver news yet stands at my throne today.
Odin nods, sort of conveying that he already kind of knows what the king's about to say.
I've heard the news from Everu. I've heard the news from Grumshar. All across the world, it seems, in an instant, chaos spreads.
And I'll turn to look back over my shoulder, assuming the group is approaching with Gareth in tow.
Yeah, as you see that, you see another messenger burst through the door and start sprinting towards the front. And as he's running, he's yelling, "My king! My king!" And the king notices you, and he notices Blackthorn, and you see his eyes, which had been furrowed in a deep knot, sort of loosen a little bit. And he says, "I see, though, that you have successfully brought the prisoner. That much is good."
Dips his head.
Well, Blackthorn can wait. He is in custody. And he nods to the courier that comes running through the chambers. "Say your piece, man." And the messenger, after a moment of catching his breath, "Sire, the Mirden Zoo, it's fallen. The beasts within are turning. Rampaging elephants and saber-toothed cats feast on the blood of the people. Worse yet, the wyverns and chimeras have broken their enclosures. The guards do their best to keep them at bay, but the wards can't hold them for much longer." And throughout the hall, knights freeze mid-motion, and the clerks all begin to panic. Before the words can sink in, a third messenger stumbles into the hall, tripping over himself, his tabard torn, his face pale. He yells across the hall, "The commoners have risen, my lord! The fires in Lowtown drove them to desperation. They wave the herald's banners calling for your rule tyranny. They chant for the death of nobility. They march in the name of Gareth Blackthorn." And all eyes suddenly turn to the chained man who marches slowly towards the throne. He smiles faintly, his lips cracked but defiant. Gareth speaks, the first time in a while. "I may have been stopped, but you cannot cage what's already become an idea." The king immediately stands his eyes furrowing into a fury. He reaches to his side as if he's going to pull a weapon, but stops himself, and he yells, "Enough! You've done enough for 10 lifetimes, heretic." To which Gareth responds, "Then make me a martyr, your grace. You only feed the fire." The king looks truly troubled, conflicted in this moment. He looks down as if he's not sure what to do here. He leans on the throne. Then I shall leave you to your fate. Whatever comes next, he shakes his head. I shall not sit idly by and watch you claim your victory. The king begins to step down the stairs from his throne. 3 decades I've held this throne, not by conquest, but by faith. I believed this kingdom's light could stand as a beacon to a world rotting from within. Yet here atop the mountain I see what I refused to see below. The fires we thought we could tame now crawl through our streets. We burn our own nation to save it. And in doing so, we may have damned ourselves. But I will not abandon them. Not my people. Not Avalon. If the gods have turned their faces from us, then we will stand without them. And as the king steps down from his throne, a suit of plate mail apparates around him, and a long sword glowing with the light of the midday sun appears at his side. He descends from his dais, the fury of 1,000 men in his eyes as he walks past you, passing the chained Gareth without a glance. He begins to march towards the front of the hall.
Is that us now?
It can be. A long silence.
I'm going to reach up. Well, actually, not to my ear. I'm going to reach in and take out my sending stone to Caden.
Okay.
Actually, shit. Should I talk to Caden or Theron? Where is Theron?
Citing riots, probably.
Or teleporting us from place to place.
Ain't nobody trust Theron.
I'll message. I'll message Caden and just try to get on base with where he is and what he's doing, and I'll inform him of what the king is doing.
Okay. So
We don't gotta roleplay it. That's what I do in this moment.
the king leaves the room. The doors swing open as the king's crimson mane appears to light a flame with the fires of the sun. A half-dozen knights follow shortly behind him before the doors slam shut once more. So the king leaves.
I do not know what he plans to do. He did not seem interested in killing Gareth, and I agree that it would be a bad idea to make a martyr of this man. It will only inflame these people more, but where is he going? What is he going to do?
He is going light to fight alongside his people.
Fight who? It's
His
a
own
civil
people?
war. It's a civil war at the moment.
To
Maybe
fight
order them.
probably the plague, I imagine. The vampiric plague that has been unleashed.
Yeah, Malakar's gonna try to reach out to Tanera to see if he gets any response.
Okay. What do you say? Or what kind of feeling do you try to evoke?
Begrudged concern.
You feel a mix of wrath and sorrow and like desperation, but there's no like. It's sort of like almost like the mix of emotions you would get from a barbarian mid-rage.
Can I try to request location?
Yeah, you get an answer. Sort of, it's less of a word and more of like the concentrated feeling of Lowtown.
Okay.
And before you take action,
He's not taking anything yet. He's just trying to figure out how to get everyone to Lowtown.
okay. Gareth Blackthorn will turn to your party and he'll look at you, Malakar. And he'll look at you, Odin. He looks at you each one by one before finally settling on Elias. Gareth Blackthorn, bound yet unbroken, slowly raises his head, his voice ragged from exhaustion. I take no pleasure in this. Not in the fire, nor the fear. The heralds were meant to lift the common man, not feed him to chaos. I see now what my words became in lesser mouths. And he looks at you, Elias, as he says this. I will bow to no king, not to a man who watches the world decay from his mountain while calling it peace. But I am no coward either. The duel in the auction house proved what needed proving. The movement no longer needs me. Which means I've nothing left except to make this right. And he turns to look at you, Malakar.
Malakar kind of tilts his head.
When I fell from the Grail of the Stars, I expected the cobblestones to claim me. Instead, I woke in the care of a man with trembling hands and eyes that never slept. Dr. Vicente Navarro. He offered me a choice. He could offer me a painless death, allow me to take my chances on the streets, or guarantee a new life, or something near enough to it. I agreed, fool that I was. I thought survival, a second chance. He bound my soul between two tides. You think of me as a vampire, but no. Not living, not dead. I walk the edge of a blade, sharpened by miracle and curse alike. Every heartbeat is borrowed, every thought echoed. I am proof of his genius and his damnation. And he turns to look at Nura, as if seeing something in you, pitying you in this moment. He only wanted to save his daughter. The Aravina spell plague. You've heard the stories, seen the orphanage. It grants divine miracles, then kills the vessel. Navarro thought he could sever the curse from the blessing. He began with rats, cheap, expendable vessels. But fate does not yield to reason. When they escaped into the city's streets, he tried to contain it himself. But the city guard ignored his warnings. Lowtown wasn't a priority. Then came a new subject. A young vampire, a woman. Strong-willed, proud. Your Callison. She tried to escape him at first, fought like fire. But the doctor's conviction, it had a gravity. I think she began to see something of herself in his desperation. Or perhaps she simply wanted to believe he could make things right. Navarro's last experiment was to drown the city in a new strain of the curse. He believed that Callison could command the plague, turn his creation against itself. A plague to consume the plague. You can see for yourself how that went. He looks up to the sky through the stained glass roof, gazing longingly at the full moon above. His base lies in a long abandoned tower where the wall meets the slums, the last bastion of a dying dream. As he says this, Gareth begins to collapse. Orange veins begin to scatter across his skin. As if cracks appearing on the surface of a stone. Glowing red hot with the fires of his chains. He looks to you, Elias. He reaches out as if to grasp your hand.
I approach him.
Tell them I never wanted this. I only wanted to build a world where no one went hungry while the nobles drowned in their feasts. Navarro thought the same in his own way. We both mistook salvation for control. The cracks begin to rapidly spread across his skin like a piece of firewood cracking under the heat, his voice beginning to fade to embers. Carry it forward. Learn from what we were too proud to see. Lead them, not as kings or saviors, but as people who remember the costs of freedom. He breathes loudly, like a man seeing his burden finally lifted from his shoulders. Every fire needs someone to stand in its light. Then all at once, the glow beneath his skin intensifies until it drowns his form in a radiant orange. He begins to collapse in on himself. You have a moment to respond.
A single tear falls from my eye, and I don't respond. I just nod in agreement. And I held his hand until his last breath.
Anyone else?
Nura will turn away and move towards the balcony.
Okay.
I'll join Nura.
All right. You can see the city of Mirrodin ablaze. The city streets all around you on the mountain below are lit aflame. The sky is crowded with smoke, only just making room for this full moon above to peer through.
I will hold up my hand and light my sigil and hold it up to the moon. My lunar veil.
You feel a warm glow pass over you as you do so. You feel comfort from the moon. The moon caresses you with a cool breeze, a feeling as if telling you that this moment is but fragmentary, that it too shall pass. What about Malachar and Oral?
Malachar will just be gently like repeating like a prayer of sorts. That's like the last, you know what I mean, like what a priest would do when someone's dying.
Okay. Yeah, give me a religion check. With advantage. You're under the full moon.
17. It's a good thing I had it.
17. You give a. I mean, do you want to roleplay that?
I don't have anything prepared.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe
He's
that can
probably
be a
just
recap.
He's probably just kind of mumbling it anyways.
Fair enough. Okay.
It doesn't need to be something that Gareth needs to know he's doing.
I would say with that 17, the light of the moon seems to shine upon this room at this moment, and you see the pain that is consuming Gareth seems to subside in his final moments.
I will, if I can, I would like to do something after they're done.
Okay, at the balcony, that's fine. We'll
I
come back
would
to
like
it.
to come back from the balcony to Gareth. I have had a thought.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's fine. This takes a minute. Forged, Oral, anything?
Not really. Arl was
He's
just
still,
following
like,
around. He's not really
catatonic
there.
state.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. We'll return to Neuro. Was there something else you wanted to do at the balcony?
My thing is either going to be longer or short, or very short, depending. So, why doesn't Odin go first?
We got an hour and a half to basically play out the scenes in this room, so...
My thing is very short.
Alright, Odin, let's hear it.
Just as he witnesses Nura do this, and remembering that there are saints in our group, I'm gonna turn away from the balcony and walk back down the stairs to where Gareth is mid-collapse. And just sort of regard Elias for a moment in his sympathy for this man before kneeling down next to Gareth, and I'm going to say, there are innocents and commoner and noblemen alike
pray you remember all of them. And I'm just gonna get up and walk towards the exit of the hall.
He's too weak to respond, but he seems to acknowledge your words. He seems to have seen some flaw in his logic, seeing it unfold before himself. Okay, Nura. Are you there?
Yep. I apparently was muted.
Uh,
I will hold up still holding up my seal, my, I guess, veil to the light. I'll ignite the whole thing as much as I can and close my eyes and focus. And start to mutter, bring the light. Remove the curse. Cleanse the city. Remove the curse. And I will try and draw more power from the moon and start kind of trying to gather it under my my sanctified touch. And I will ignite my starry form into my raven form.
okay. Give me a religion check with advantage.
If I don't do well on this, I'm absolutely using my inspiration. And I'm also going to use guidance on that.
Okay. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, Oral, you've definitely got an inspiration if you didn't have one.
Oof.
Odin definitely got an inspiration. Malachar definitely got an inspiration. Elias, yeah, everybody should have inspiration if you don't already have one. If you want to use your inspiration, you can re-roll that.
Okay.
You had an extra inspiration earlier too, if you recall. You already had two.
I got
That's true.
I've got some inspiration. Okay.
You normally only get the one, but that was. We'll understand next session why that was such a interesting thing that she said. But okay.
And then I got my D4 to add on to that. That wasn't very much.
Okay. Yeah, with a 21, you feel through the lunar veil. You feel the moon is answering you. You feel the echo of a voice, as if someone calling out to you. A woman, trying to say something to you. You feel as if you're being caressed in warmth, like you're bundled in a blanket and being held. As if trying to comfort you, to tell you something. You hear but a single word. Nura. And as if in answer to your prayer, the door opens once more. But before that happens, Gareth has his final moment. He smiles to you, Elias. His chains clatter to the ground, empty, leaving only a faint pile of glowing ash that smolders for a few seconds before the wind of the open hall scatters it to nothing. Outside, the bells of Mirrodin toll once more, not for the king and his soldiers, but for the death of a rebel who at last found peace in his undoing. Now to Nura's prayer. The doors to the Lion's Court burst open once more, light spilling in like a second sunrise. A tired but resolute Theron Morngrave steps inside, standing now upon his own feet with no cane in sight. Behind him glides Dean Valorian Vandar, the master of the College of Balance. Ageless, serene, his robes rippling as if caught in a current of unseen air. He moves with the calm inevitability of a tide, every step deliberate, every breath perfect. Let me reshare our handout for Dean Vandar. Theron bows his head towards you all. Oh, the king is already gone. Damn.
He marches to battle.
He looks concerned. The Isles are shuddering. All of them. The Magi are doing what they can to keep them stable, but the magic twists under the weight. The College of Artifice managed to move itself beyond the city's reach. They were prepared with their Magitech propulsion systems, but the others... And he pauses, his gaze looking through the stained twilight at the burning skyline above. They drift closer to the city by the minute. I fear even Mount Aegis may not stand untouched.
Drift or fall?
He nods, drifting for now.
Has the school been evacuated?
He nods. It is the mid-semester break. There is no one but professors and the Magi who try to guide the buildings, the islands away from the city.
And what of the city itself?
He looks grim. He doesn't say anything. He just looks down.
Master Vandal.
You know, the dean has sort of started wandering off a few paces beyond your conversation. He doesn't turn when you speak to him, seeming to barely notice anything going around him.
The scales are about to tip. What do we do?
His voice is soft when he speaks, carrying effortlessly across the room to all ears which would hear. When the roots of balance rot, even the sky trembles. What is Avalon but a dream of order stitched atop chaos? And what is order, if not a story the living tell to keep the night at bay? As he says this, he drifts slowly towards the throne. One of the guards standing nearby tries to stop him. "My lord, you can't." And with just a moment, a faint radiance begins to blossom from the dean's form. His hand rests upon the marble base of the Lionheart throne, and the sigils carved into the dais begin to glow with an ancient golden light. Vandar closes his eyes, speaking with the calm finality of one delivering both prayer and truth. Nations are born as sparks, kindled by courage, fanned by faith. They grow, not by wisdom, but by hubris. And when their light burns too bright, they forget the darkness that made them. So the flame dies and the ashes begin again. The glow surrounding the Dean intensifies, painting his silhouette in gold and white. He now turns towards you, Odin, as if meeting your gaze for the first time. In direct answer to your question, your path lies in shadow, not in flame. Do not seek to fix the whole, only your small piece of it. The world's balance is a tapestry no single hand may weave. Solve your thread of the riddle, and let others light the rest. As these words settle upon you, you all feel a light settle within you. You feel the energy return to you, and you all feel the effects of a long rest.
And a level up.
Not today.
Oh,
my God.
You gotta wait a week for that one.
What?
Shake my head.
I'm gonna
Vandar-
write my goddamn congressman about this.
Vandar steps beyond the throne, his robes unraveling into streams of golden light. The floor trembles, and a sound like 1,000 strings being plucked filled the air. He stands next to you, Nura, and he looks at you as he suddenly grows in size. As if in the moment of a heartbeat, his form expands, wings unfurling, scales glimmering like molten sunlight. An ancient solar dragon rises, his voice echoing with celestial harmony. The dawn watches over Avalon no longer. The dawn is Avalon. And here is
That's probably not good.
here's a handout of the Guardian of Avalon. The stained glass shatters as he takes flight, a beacon of radiance cutting through the choking smoke outside. One of the guards drops his halberd, whispering in awe, "The Guardian of Avalon! He's real!" And he gives flight.
Well, where do you think he's going?
Hopefully to do something about all these vampires.
Hopefully to do something about this fucking school that's about to crush a bunch of vampires. And people.
I'm sure he's a multitasker.
He said, "I help those who help themselves," as he flies the fuck away.
Jiminy Christmas.
Turns out his name was also Avalon, so he's the guardian of himself.
Yeah, everyone else in the room is just like stunned. Nobody knows what to say. Theron is like, a jaw drops. He picks up his wand he was holding. It's fallen out of his hand.
Sounds like we should probably get started on our own path.
Sending stone up to his mouth. He goes, Caden, are you watching this?
You see
He
this shit?
he responds back after a few moments. Odin, I'm glad you're alive still. I should have told you long ago. We played together in the courts when we were young, though you wouldn't remember me. I hoped you would. The truth is, what you see now, the Guardian of Avalon, I've known all this time. And if he has chosen to take to the skies above Avalon, then it means that my father will soon. And so too will I be called upon to do.
What?
I must stand for my people. The secret of Avalon cannot be held any longer.
What secret? What are you talking about? Where are you?
If we are to survive this night, I hope I can tell you all about it in the morning. And as he says that, you see from the other side of Mirrodin, another brilliant light, another dragon takes to the sky. This one smaller, and then another to the west.
So you telling me that motherfucker was a dragon? I didn't see that coming.
Having followed, I was walking towards the exit originally after having left Gareth, but then Theron and Vandar showed up, and during Vandar's, not speech, but as he spoke to us, I would have followed him back towards the throne and watch all of this happen. And as soon as the Guardian of Avalon, or his Guardian, or whatever the other two may be, I don't know, but as soon as Vandar in his new form took off up into the sky, I would have rejoined Nura on the balcony just to witness whatever is about to happen.
Any of you can give me a history check. You've studied at the Avalon Academy. You've probably heard some of the history of the nation of Avalon. Elias, you've definitely heard the tale. Nura, I'm going to say because you're under a full moon, you've got advantage, so that's a 21. If Malakar or Oral want to take that the history check, you'll also have advantage if you choose to do so.
Negatory, sir.
Also, Oral, under this light that the dean sends out across the room, when you feel that feeling of the long rest, you feel your minds come to some level of ease, as if under the feeling of a calm emotion spell. Surely there's still thoughts swirling through your minds, and those don't go away. but you do feel more at ease, somewhat less in turmoil. Okay. Yeah, I would say, at least for Elias and Nura, you recognize or remember hearing tales of the founding of the Kingdom of Avalon some several thousand years ago. It was said that atop Mount Aegis, an ancient dragon was said to roost. And the monks who set up a temple there made a bargain with the so-called guardian of Mount Aegis. And that guardian of Mount Aegis permitted the Kingdom of Avalon to grow. You could even say the Guardian of Avalon is the founder of the Kingdom of Avalon.
Nice.
But it's almost like a mythological tale, like something told from a time when the gods were still active in the world.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Also, out of character, whenever I worked with, when we worked to build the character for Caden, this was planned from the beginning.
Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
This scene was planned out like a long time ago. As you go ahead, Odin. You're gonna speak.
I was gonna say, I'm standing beside Nura, watching everything unfold. I might look to the others to see, like, y'all should, are y'all seeing this? Y'all should come up here and look at this.
Aura will finally get up, take it in, and decide to move on and forward. And meet back up with everybody.
The blinding gold of Dean Vandar's departure fades into silence, leaving only drifting motes of light and lingering warmth in his presence. It's a feeling of hope, of light, the desire to stand and fight. And then it too fades as the echoes of the shattering glass fade into the mountain winds. As you begin to gather yourselves, you note Theron standing apart from you all, standing next to one of the supporting pillars of the palace, his hand gripping the wand at his side a little tighter than usual. He looks as if he has something to say.
He's not about to tell us he's a dragon too, is he?
Odin. Well, before any of us turn, what does the Guardian of Avalon do? Does he just take off into the night sky? Does he do anything within our vision, or what happens?
Yeah, so as he takes to the skies, the smokes surrounding, like the smokes filling the skies and filling the streets, seem to almost evaporate, as if being eaten by the buffet of his winds. He seems to cleanse the air and stop the fires, and you can see radiance, like lights, shining down upon the city. As they strike sections of the city, you can see the people in the lights below seem unaffected by the radiance, but it seems like the fires are removed, and the you can't really make out I mean, maybe you can see here or there a loose elephant from the zoo has gone rampaging through the streets, and it seems to evaporate into the light, leaving only the people behind in the cleansing lights.
Odin furrows his brow, turn to Malachar, and he'll go, "Your father. Sorry. Tenera. Were you able to reach him?"
He nods. I was. He's
Wasn't.
in a. He's what is it? He's in Lowtown.
Odin nods, but he's still unsure if this dragon has done anything to Tenera. I would assume not. Hopefully,
No.
The vampires are segregated from those with the vampiric plague.
Let's put you guys on the world map, or on the city map.
But
He said,
he'll-
"I don't discriminate." Gah.
barring any other information for the moment, Odin nods to Malachar, seemingly relieved. Actually, I'll kind of gauge, how does Malachar feel about that?
About him being, he looks concerned, especially after learning what he knows about his sister. But yeah, he's not sure what to do.
Just
I
put a
would
hand-
say,
put a
I would
hand on
say
Malachar's
that
shoulder.
the Guardian of Avalon seems to be covering the swath of the city. A second dragon, the larger of the mid-sized of the three, seems to be in this sort of area surrounding the Avalon, the Mirrodin Zoo. You can only assume is King Lionheart. And then off in Gleamward Way, you see a smaller dragon flying around, whom you can only assume is Caden.
As they go about doing their thing, I'll turn to regard Theron. And then I would put a hand on Malachar's shoulder after that interaction with him, but then I'll just give him a nudge as a reminder that Theron is actually still there, just like he was at the very beginning with all of us on board the train.
So, what do we do now? Seems everyone's mobilizing for some reason or another. We've been told that perhaps we should pursue our own little sections. Do we split up or do we work together?
I do not think, well, it is possible he meant it in the literal sense, but I think in this moment, we just wait for a moment. And Odin will lower his head or use his chin to regard Theron, and he'll say, "I think Master Mongrave wishes a word with us." And I'll take one last look out over the balcony facing the city and then start to descend the steps towards Theron.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just follow suit.
Elias, Nura, what are you doing?
I have a question. When God had evaporated, did his chains, not the ones we put him on, his own chains, are they still there? Are they
They did remain behind.
I'm taking with me and I'm wrapping them around my hands.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that later. That's going to be a magic item that you can use.
And I'm following the others after I take the chains.
Okay. For now, if it comes up, I guess, in the next 50 minutes, they have a reach of 15 feet. They deal 1d6 bludgeoning and 1d6 fire damage.
You got yourself some Kratos chains, boy.
And 1d6, the last one.
Yeah, 1d6 bludgeoning and 1d6 fire.
Fire. Well, mostly I took them for the message, but why not?
I mean, you can just punch with them wrapped around your arms. I mean, fair enough, but they are actually a magical item.
Yep.
Okay. Nura.
I take it my lunar veil is not currently doing anything because the other guys are purifying the city currently.
It seems like the arrival of Dean Vandar was the answer that you sought. It seems like that was the answer to your prayer.
I shall watch for a little while longer and then go to catch up with the rest of my people. Where are we going?
I think we're about to find out. And I just point at Theron, who is looking like he's waiting to talk to us.
All right. Oral, what are you doing? Have you gathered with the group at this point?
Yep.
All right. So it's it's come to this moment. He glances beyond you towards the burning horizon, past the stained glass, where the solar dragons burn against the clouds. There's an exhaustion in his eyes that's evident, but beneath it flickers something harder to name. Give me an insight.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Go ahead.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Oof. 7. Well, actually, Nuri, you've got an advantage under the full moon. It's a 20.
Nura is always the one who'd be fucking peering into this boy's soul, dude.
I mean, Malachar and Oral would also have advantage if they rolled, but she's the one rolling, so. Yeah,
I
Nura.
can try.
Nura, you can see from. Yeah, I mean, it's basically just Nura, I guess. Malachar, you get a hint of this, but that feeling beneath his eyes is. To you, Malachar, it looks like fear. And to you, Nura, it looks like regret. And then he continues. You'll be needing every ounce of strength you can gather, and though I hardly expect it after all that's happened and how I've acted of late, I'd offer mine. I know I've behaved oddly these past weeks. I've said things I can scarcely remember. I made choices now that seem misaligned. If my words have caused you doubt, or my guidance led you astray, then I can only apologize. I promise you this much. Every step I've taken by your sides, I believed would aid you. But I'll understand if you can't trust me. I've given you reason enough to question my motives.
What's
If
all
it would
your
ease... You deserve the truth, even if it costs me your faith. He nods. There are forces moving through Avalon that I don't fully understand. But I swear to you, I've only ever tried to keep you safe from them.
What forces?
Do you recall at the competition? Do you recall my entry?
Ian, as a player, does not recall his entry at the competition.
Probably the only one who would remember would be Odin. You're the only one who took note of it. Give me a history check. See if Odin remembers.
We've seen a lot of shit.
Odin does remember.
It's been a long day.
It takes a moment, but Odin, you do remember. And he looks to you, Odin, specifically when he asks the question. You recall that he showed a small gadget, seemingly mundane, seemingly pointless. No one at the competition seemed to take note of it, but you at the time had seen something in it that no one else had. While the deans looked on in disinterest, you seemed to notice it, and he, in turn, had met your gaze and smiled to you as if sharing a secret between friends. For you at the time had seen what he had seen. It was a device for measuring fluctuations in the ley lines. Are you familiar with the ley line harmonizer? And of course, out of character, Oral and Odin, you would both be familiar.
Indeed.
I think if Odin has Gungnir in his arms right now, he just sort of like tweaks the setting where the harmonizer brightens or something like that. Sort of like, not cocking a gun, but just sort of like chambering around or something equivalent. It's not meant to be a threatening gesture, just a display of confirmation.
He nods in acknowledgement. The two ley line harmonizers you showed to me, nodding to both of you, are but one of many. How many ley line harmonizers do you suspect there are in the city?
Countless.
If you had to hazard a guess, do the math. And he closes his eyes.
Several per home, per house. If it is a house of greater standing, perhaps more.
How many people live within the city of Mirden, do you reckon?
I feel like I am failing as a player.
Several million.
A history check would reveal the 2 million people, roughly. Yeah, with that 14, you recall the city of Mirrodin has roughly 2 million people, and as you say, if these 2 million people, if within each household and each business, there are several of these ley line harmonizers, and within the businesses and the wealthier households, there are dozens or hundreds, let alone the infrastructure, the train network, let alone the floating islands and the College of Artifice. And let alone that beyond the city of Mirrodin, and all of Avalon, and all of Everil, and all of Crindal. What do you think would be the impact when 1 billion of these leyline harmonizers tap into the natural magical fabric of reality?
Collapse.
Theron's face fades away. Before you stands the mask of stone.
I think immediately Gungnir is up and ready.
I knew it. I told you.
Yep.
I don't think he's our enemy anymore, but still, goddamn.
He takes a deep breath. My friends, if I can still call you that. This world, it is on a collision course with demise. One that I fear cannot be diverted. But I have done everything in my path to see that it would. Perhaps there is still hope. And so I ask you once again, you need every ounce of strength you can gather. And he reaches his hand out towards you, Odin.
Odin furrows his brow, looking down the length of the barrel towards the stone of mask, and he'll say, "You speak of hope, but hope is not what I saw in the eyes of Aaron Vallis. Hope is not what I saw in the eyes of Bungo. I saw fear and confusion, despair.
It is complicated. All will be revealed.
I'm
But
becoming
for
quite
now,
tired of hearing that.
he grimaces as if in pain at those words, at your words. The stone face contorting in fractured movements, not whole, not fluid like a face normally should.
In this moment, here and now, what have you to offer the five of us to warrant any ounce of trust?
Honesty.
And do they know? And Odin will nod his head back over his shoulder to the dragons flying out in the city.
He shakes his head. No.
Should they?
He pauses as if he's waiting to say something, and he thinks on it, decides not to say it.
Odin will lower his gun. And turn to the party to gauge what their reaction is.
Nura is simply watching quietly, as if observing the stars in motion.
He just stands there, like, looking and waiting for you all to answer. He doesn't plead or ask anything further of you. He said his piece.
What exactly do you bring to the table?
He smiles. Well, I have quite a wealth of magical powers at my hand. And he chuckles. And he wipes his hand in front of his face, and the face is replaced with that of Gareth Blackthorn. And before you stands Gareth Blackthorn. Give me a wisdom save, everyone except Malakar. Nura and Oral, you make yours with advantage.
That's probably a good thing.
Mine is a very solid 16.
Okay. Oral and Odin. To you, within your minds, the deepest recesses of your minds, before you stands Gareth Blackthorn. You're not sure how he's here. He's just here. He wasn't here a minute ago. He had just died, you thought. But here he stands. You have no recollection of this conversation.
I lift up a hand just to grasp my head.
Malakar will look at the others, and then he'll look back at him and nod. Well, I can certainly see where that could come in handy.
I think somewhere in my mind, maybe
With a 13, you've got an inkling. Like, you, this is
deeper or as deep as this changed reality is, I can hear Nura speaking her prophecies. In shadowed streets where silence falls in the elder's hand, the boy calls. I hear her words sifting back and forth between Gareth Blackthorn's words.
The man before you wipes his face to reveal the stone mask once more. Odin and Oral, this is your first time seeing the stone mask.
Guns back up and at the ready.
I see.
Man's gonna jape himself.
Doesn't that get annoying?
What?
Well, I tend to not cycle through phases if I can avoid it. It's not a pleasant feeling. Not one that I wished to be burdened with.
What is happening?
He wipes his face and reveals the face of Theron.
I will say in Odin's mind, he is changing faces like our masks. you lose who is underneath.
Does this give me any anchor onto what is actually happening?
Probably not. You're probably still pretty confused.
I think just out loud in general to everyone, Odin just says, "Get out of my head!"
Alright, let's calm down. Long story short, he's agreeing to try to assist us. And he has been pretending to be Theron for a while.
He shakes his head. Not pretending.
He
This
motions
was-
with his hand. He says, yes, I understand.
So, it was you on the rail?
He nods.
In the story about the Expanse and your family?
True. But complicated. Let us see if we can stop the end of this world. And if we succeed, or should we fail, all shall be explained.
Just remember to keep up. Malachar will cross his arms and kind of lean against the wall.
How is it you suggest we go about doing this? Saving a city.
We must stop the corruption, the ley line harmonizers. I had thought, a theory, a hypothesis even, untested. Perhaps by sowing chaos, if civilization itself were to collapse, the world could be prevented from collapsing, saved for another day. He shakes his head. It seems I had given up on hope. But we can yet unravel these events if we can reach your sister. And he turns to you, Malachar.
He nods. I know where to start, I think.
He nods. Yes, Gareth Blackthorn, he knew the way. We must move to the southern tower at the edge of Lowtown.
We need to intercept my father before he gets there first. Because if he gets to her first, there may not be a her to get to. I've seen his wrath firsthand.
He nods. Then perhaps I can deal with your father while you all deal with Navarro.
You'll need quite a good repertoire of magic then, I'm afraid. But I wish you the best of luck.
He smiles. I'm afraid, he chuckles and, he looks away like he doesn't want to admit what he's about to say. I'm all too well acquainted with how to pull your father's strings.
It's really not as difficult as you may think.
He shakes his head as if in agreement, and he's got a faraway look, like I can't believe the look on his face is I can't believe I'm doing this.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, give me an insight.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, that's the look you see on his face. Anyone else is welcome to insight if they want. It's an open conversation. You're all here.
You gotta have a pretty big pair of cojones or one hell of a weapon if you're taking on a war shogun. Or, well, a warlord. Yeah.
I think this guy might be a little bit larger in scope than you're giving him credit for.
I think Oral's 14 is enough. Yeah, Oral, you can tell that this was not within Theron's plans. This is a decision made in the moment.
Well,
He's
if
living
there's
in this moment.
anything, I don't believe that he's making anything up. He's in this moment. He's decided this. And I feel like that is probably important.
Then I believe that will be the best choice. I don't necessarily need to trust you to have you handle things with my father.
He nods. Then we have our tasks. I shall join you when I am done.
Before you go, Theron. He says that name with a little bit of caution.
As you say Theron, you see a look of gratitude on his face. You're welcome to insight that.
I will.
It seems genuine.
If by chance you are unaware, there is another whose strings you may seek to pull. And I'll shoot a glance towards Oral. One who has been manipulating magics to fashion a network of teleportation sigils across the city, across the region at large, it would seem.
Yes. The Revenant can be dealt with.
Is this another part of your plan?
He'll make a gesture with his hands like he's pulling strings, and then puppets begin and move in his hands. And he sort of frowns for a moment. I'm afraid so. But that plan has yet to come to fruition. There's yet time to deal with that.
I think Odin just looks dissatisfied with that answer, but he doesn't say anything else. Very well. We shall rendezvous in Lowtown, come what may.
He nods. And Theron turns and begins to walk out of the hall.
It's a damn shame that teleportation decided to stop working when we really needed to do some footwork, huh?
I don't think we're really controlling where we went by the end anyway.
Fair point.
The trains are presumably not working at the moment. But if we can make our way to Gleamwood Way, it is possible we may be able to require some assistance in teleporting us the rest of the way. The one who gave us these masks might have other illegal means at his disposal. Are the trains working?
No.
Yeah. So my suggestion is if we make our way to Apoc Soul, he might be able to kind of slingshot us the rest of the way. It'd be shorter than going all the way on foot Or I could try and call Caden back to like give us a lift on the back of a dragon. Would be kind of cool.
That would
Don't
be
know
kinda
if it would
cool.
incinerate us or not, but
I can
I don't
I
think-
can simplify this greatly.
Please do.
Let's get to our outro.
Please like and subscribe.
The descent from Lion's Peak begins like a fall from grace. From the marble terraces of the royal palace, the city below is a sea of flame. Mirrodin, the shining heart of Avalon, now choking on its own brilliance. The air grows heavy with smoke and panic as the wind carries the sound of bells tolling, shouts and the distant screech of things not meant to live. Each step down the mountain path feels heavier, as if gravity itself thickens under the weight of the city's unraveling. The very ground trembles, shaking loose stones from the path and echoing through the iron bones of the city below. The streets of Mirrodin are no longer streets. They are battlefields. Civilians scatter through the chaos, clutching children or what little they could save from burning homes. The city guard, outnumbered and exhausted, hold makeshift barricades at every major intersection, struggling to push back the corrupted beasts. A flaming horse collapses in the distance, its body erupting into a swarm of rats that vanish into the gutters. And above it all, the faint shadow of the Dean Vandar's dragon form spiraling through the clouds, his light fighting to outshine the inferno below as flashes of radiant light shine upon burning creatures below. As the streets of the upper districts give way to Lowtown, the elegant bridges and walkways of the upper city give way to the charred streets and twisted iron. The cobblestones are slick with blood and ash. The light here is strange, a dull, angry glow, reflecting off the ever-present haze. Then you see the riots. Crowds clash in the distance, some crying for freedom, others for vengeance. The banners of the Herald's Reversion hang from broken balconies, half burned and still swaying in the heat. Through the smoke you see it. The tower. Once a guard post of Mirrodin's outer wall, it now stands as a relic of another age. Its stones blackened, its spire cracked, but still defiant against the storm. Its shadow stretches long across the ruins of Lowtown, swallowing the light of burning homes and broken lamps alike. Overgrown ivy clings to its base, the vines now pulsing faintly with the sickly crimson veins. The door at its base yawns open like the mouth of some ancient creature, waiting. You feel it before you cross the threshold, the pull of magic dense and unnatural, coiling through the air like mists. It hums faintly, resonating with the mark of the saints, with the tremors still rippling beneath the earth. This is not merely Navarro's hideout. It is a wound, a scar upon the city's body, where ambition and despair have festered too long. And that is where we will end session.
We might be cooked.
Like cooked.
We'll be cooking.
I don't know. Maybe we can build
Mirrodin.
back. Maybe we can we can we can get Professor. Oh fuck, what's his name?
The Dean of Nature?
No, the fucking
Navarro?
no, the chill professor.
Vandar?
Not Vandar.
Oh, I know which one.
Other chill professor.
Bio Amari.
Bio.
Lone Town, baby.
Yeah, we can get Professor Bio to come down and build back Lowtown better. I think. I think all this destruction and all this ash, and build stuff back greater from the ashes. So I think Lowtown can be great. Lowtown can be great under his guidance and leadership.
Jiminy Christmas.
Provided several floating islands don't fall on us in the midst of
Oh,
all
that's
this.
true.
Before
Yeah,
you guys
hopefully-
give me your thoughts, I'm gonna see if Lane's available to join.
You want my thoughts? I despise you.
I will catch you guys later.
All right, you have a good night.
Good night.
I am sad that she left immediately. Wanted thoughts.
Powwow it with her.
Yeah. So how was the session?
It was good.
Fucking roller coaster ride. I fucking didn't know. Like, I only did what I did in Everu because I thought we were staying there until I realized, oh, he's taking us. We're on a tour. We're on like a it's a small world ride at Disney kind of tour. Like, look at all this destruction.
Oh, lovely.
Huh.
An important part of every story is the setup. This was like playing a Kingdom Hearts game. We just
Was
finished
that-
the island.
I think my main question sitting at the forefront of my mind is that tour through the different regions, through Everu and Grimshaw and etc. Was that all intentionally the Revenant sending us to different places to show us what was happening?
Who knows? That's a good question.
Just as like one final gloat?
Oh, I'm sure he's fine.
I don't know if that was him.
I'm
I
sure
only-
there's a perfectly reasonable explanation to why it happened that way.
Yes, but is that reasonable explanation in character or out of character?
I'm curious to see you guys break down the prophecies now with what you know.
I can't wait
I'm-
to see the first area we go to after we leave this town.
I immediately pulled up.
He's
the
like, I want
prophecies.
out.
As soon as you revealed Theron to be the stone mask guy, I immediately pulled up the prophecies. That's why I referenced it as like the anchor to bring him back. And I don't know why it never occurred to us that this guy, at least in the first prophecy, is being kind of a chill guy. Like, he's protecting Bungle from bullies and shit. Like, he doesn't seem evil. But I think you fashioned it in a way where it's like he was being a friend because you don't suspect the friend. I mean, that's how evil people do evil things, is, they like manipulate and seduce. But I didn't think it was him being genuinely nice to Bungle.
It's an interesting thought line, or thought to follow through on.
Alright, I gotta go rest my back some more, guys.
Uh-huh.
Twas a good session. I can't wait for next week.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You still feel like you have no idea what's going on?
not as much, but there are more questions, obviously.
I did add more questions with the whole Everu and Grimshar stuff, especially. And
I don't
also,
know why
like,
it
what
never
the hell's
occurred to
going
us
on
that
with this
this
royal family, they're dragons.
guy, at least in the first prophet. That definitely. I'm thinking more so in terms of like both the contrition from both Gareth and Theron. Okay, so your plan was to submit the world to chaos, but then you kind of are backtracking now that chaos is happening? Or your plan didn't quite go exactly how you wanted it to? I mean, there's still chaos, but like
I think there's a perfectly reasoned answer to that coming in the next session.
it's not their plan anymore because like Navarro took it over to try and save his daughter.
I wouldn't go that far. I think there's things you don't know yet that Theron's not telling you.
Of course.
It's a good thought, though. So I guess since just the three of you left, Ford, do you want to write recap next week?
I can, sure.
You got plenty to talk about.
This is true. I know that dude ain't dead, so he's gonna keep popping back up. I don't like that. Evil little man.
And once again, I suggest writing it in the form of like a personal journal or something. Just because the events of what's going to happen next time are going to dramatically change things in such a way that, I mean, it won't make sense to have written this entry other than if you were like writing it on your way to go see Navarro.
Hey, so once we face Navarro and whatever happens, can we be level 4?
You'll level up at the end of next session.
And
You're
then
going-
after,
you're
and
going
then
to
after
level
that
up at
level,
the end of next
and then
session.
after that level 4, can there be a time skip and we like jump to level 8 or something? Please.
No jumping to level 8. But
Level
you will be
7.
able to advance through the story a lot quicker. You'll have basically free reign to decide what you want to do, where you want to go, and what order you want to do certain things. Yeah, I mean the comparison one of you said that it's like we're finished with the prologue is probably apt. I mean, I hope you all enjoyed it.
World
like, 'cause,
Destruction was the prologue.
I mean, you've played Final Fantasy XIV. Familiar with A Realm Reborn?
That is fair.
Well, the school aspect of the campaign really dragged us down. So now that we don't have it, we really progress pretty quickly.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was an
Too cool for
experimental. It was an experimental thing that didn't go the way I thought it would.
Well,
Took
you
too
can
long.
always like maybe spend like a session in between and doing like school things.
Yeah, I don't mind the school. I like the school, but I think the gravity of everything that's happening kind of demands attention be taken away from anything surrounding the school. Unless, like, I don't know, because you had Dean Vandar be this sort of mythical savior, Deus Ex Machina style almost. There could have been more to do with the school leading to him, and I think I'm almost willing to wager that if Axel had been able to play, that would have come into fruition a bit more, because you had
That's
started
true.
a plot thread between those two, and I
I
think
had.
that would have been very nice to have followed up to this moment. I think that moment with Vandar was more for Axel than any of us.
It's true. he couldn't join, so it is what it is. I mean, that's life. Hopefully he can join us for the next session. Although I guess he missed the big reveal. I hadn't intended to actually reveal Theron as the Mask of Stone until next session, after you guys fought Navarro. But I mean, I had it written into my notes. If you guys like pushed hard enough, he would reveal himself.
I don't.
There's so
trust
many.
him.
There's so many things. There's so many things I wish I could tell you all.
I don't. I want to trust Theron because he's so
When-
sincere, but I
when-
just don't. I don't know.
When I set out to make this campaign, I set out to write a story where every villain was relatable.
He's a villain.
I mean, he's clearly the antagonist at this point, at least. And I say villain's maybe not the right term. Antagonist would be a better term. But I set out to make it so that every antagonist would be relatable. Like, none of them are meant to be cartoon villains. And if they seem like cartoon villains now, it's because you haven't learned what's actually going on beneath the surface.
Well, I have to go get ready for work. It's that time for me. So
Yeah.
thank you for the
Hope you
session.
feel better.
Thank you. It was a good session. I look forward to next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.